Kevin, you know I hate surprises.
Yeah, but I know you also hated the set. So I made a couple phone calls, sent an email, and I think you're really going to like what we did with the place.
Really?
Yeah, come on, we're almost there. Almost there.
Okay.
Watch step, watch step. Yep, good, good, good.
Okay.
And go for it.
Holy This is awesome. Are you in hell right now?
Are you pleased?
I'm very pleased.
There you go. There you go. That wasn't my idea. I was against it all the way. But hey, welcome to Attack of the Candace, TV's only source for all the Candace you care about. I'm Candace Pereira, and this is Candace Bailey. And we're coming to you live from the G4 studios here in Los Candace. Is that enough?
That's enough.
Good. What do you think of the new set? It's pretty nice, right?
I love it, yeah.
Good.
You might know.
There's some great ones there. It's watching you motorboat Sarah on loop is oddly, like, it was hot at first, but then it sort of hypnotized my penis. It lulled it to sleep. Like, it's in a state of rest right now, so I'm waiting for it to come back. We'll see.
Yeah, that's
Hey, guess
funny.
what? Lots more stuff on the old program today. In fact, magician Penn Jillette will be here live in studio to pull his new book out of the hat. And maybe make my pants disappear. Plus, we rate Motorola's giant screen Droid X2 on Gadget Prime. I hope he does.
Make your pants disappear?
Yeah, and then release his dubs.
Oh.
8-megapixel camera? Yep. 1080p HDMI output? Sure. Ability to get a 5 out of 5? You'll just have to wait and find out.
Oh, way to leave us hanging. Then Chris Gore gets to combine two of his favorite costume fetishes in one new feature when he interviews the cast of Cowboys and Aliens. Get ready to enjoy some awkward moments with Harrison Ford. And finally, Sarah Underwood runs the American Ninja Warrior course. 2 years ago, she actually beat the first part of the course in Japan, but will she conquer the American counterpart or totally faceplant? We'll see. Internet videos, the gifts that keep on giving.
Let's go around the net.
Let's do it.
We're seen internationally. This show is seen in a lot of places, but I just want to clear something up. In America, we hold stickball players up as paragons of, like, masculinity. It's mainly because so many of them are pumped full of testosterone supplements and human growth hormones. But nevertheless, that's how we view them.
But a lot of Major League players, like the Florida Marlins' Logan Morrison, are just like us, terrified of bugs.
Makes the catch. The praying mantis waving hi to Logan Morrison. Look out, Lobo! Look out! He's down! Tommy! Medic! Medic! He's...
Notice there was a reaction, but he didn't threaten to kill his teammates with a shoe, Candace. You remember that? Do you remember that murder face you had with your pump?
That is the prettiest face I've ever made.
That is filthy. That's a face of hate. Hate and fear.
Well, that was all I had.
Oh my God, a classic arcade smash is getting a reboot, guys! Ah. What a baby that baseballer was, though, because there are way, way, way worse things in Florida.
Right. Alligators, giant wild pythons.
No. I was talking about the people who live there, the locals, actually.
I'm from Florida. Kevin!
What? Hey, it's your day. You're all over the set. You just...
I had to pull my dress down.
Okay, yeah, easy.
That's me threatening you.
All right. I'll take that.
Our number 4 video is from the newest incarnation of the Old Spice viral campaign, which pits original Old Spice guy Isaiah Mustafa against your mom's secret boyfriend, Fabio.
Yeah. Now, technically, we're not qualified to pick a winner in this contest, but that won't stop us from saying that Fabio is the winner.
Oh, hello, smartest people who love Fabio the most. I was just tapping some code into the internet machine to create a simulation of fight between the new Old Spice guy Fabio versus the old moldy Spice guy. Let's see who's the winner. Fight! Chop, chop, chop. Advanced karate move next swing. Uppercut, uppercut. Peck buster. Oh, I'm so weak and small too. The winner is you.
All right.
Here are some other things computers told Fabio were true.
That his accent wasn't that hard to understand.
Bleaching your hair makes you look younger.
Yeah. And hey, there are totally women under the age of 40 who still want to have sex with you.
Ew. Really?
That's what the computer said.
Oh.
Yeah. Would you, Fabio?
No.
No?
Hell no.
What about,
that is...
what about his
Fabio?
heyday? No, like a little box fan blowing his locks in the wind, and he's on the cover of a magazine.
He's always been gross to me.
He's like, hugging a horse or whatever's on the cover of those romance novels. Like, you wouldn't
No.
throw him down?
No, definitely
Really?
not. No! Why
about-
are you so shocked
What about
about
I can't
this?
believe it's not butter, Fabio?
No, none of the Fabios.
Okay, Fabio and Hulk Hogan, you gotta do one. Who would it be?
Hulk Hogan.
Wow.
He was nice.
What?
I met him and he was nice.
I thought you actually banged Hulk Hogan. You're like, no, he was gentle.
Kevin V. I'm a virgin.
Did you? It sounds like you finished. Oh. Let the Hulk run wild over here. In at number 3 today, a musical tribute to our nation's ongoing hipster plague.
If you're tired of skinny jeans, pork pie hats, and ironic t-shirts, this tune is for you.
What's a hipster anyway? Isn't that some pig? Someone who wears skinny jeans and looks like they have the plague? How much do you have to weigh to be a hipster? Under 100 pounds. Hipsters are roaming the campus, are roaming the campus, are roaming the campus, are roaming the hipsters are roaming the campus, are roaming the campus, are roaming the campus, are roaming the wolf sweater, wolf sweater. Wolf sweater, 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 not a cool tattoo.
I love that.
I love that.
But real hipsters stopped roaming the campus years ago.
Yeah, now they all hang out at like vocational school cafeterias.
To see and be seen?
No, to learn how to hold down a job for once in their hipster lives. VCR repairman. Oh, that's your skill? It's a hipster skill.
Today's number 2 is a tale as old as time. Fights between brothers go back to Cain and Abel.
Yes, and we return to Florida, the spiritual home of Around the Net, where two bros are fighting in a gas station parking lot. And what sets this bro battle apart from the other bro fights is the number of times that one bro reminds the other brah that they are in fact bros.
Okay, let's do a bro count.
Okay.
Come on then, bro! Yo! Come on, everybody, you like it? Find me then, bro! Yo, look at
Shut up! Stop it! Stop!
you, Tony! You, bro! You pussy! You're big rock like that, bitch! Yeah, like you heard me, bro. You made me laugh. I'm you up, bro. Oh, like you just did. Little pussy, bro. Get inside there. Stop, Tony. Let go. Hey, bro. Hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not letting you guys sit next to each other, bro. Tony's not riding in the whip. Get in the car.
5 seconds to get in my car. 5, 4, Tony.
Hey, shut up.
Tony, this is my...
Yo, hey, I'm getting in the car. It's if he doesn't, bro.
So much awesome there in that clip.
5, 4,
Tony, that's why there are no female refs in boxing. They'd be like, 10, 9, ask me about my day. 6, like, just count. I was waiting for the campus PD graphics to pop up over that clip.
I can count down. I don't need you to ask me about my day.
I got it.
Okay.
I just, That bro fight could have been completely avoided if those women would get out of the way so the bros could just sex each other and get it over. I mean, total broners for each other.
Ew.
Yeah. What, they had to settle for bro balls instead? Still ahead. Gentlemen, start your praying.
The epic NASCAR blessing gets auto-tuned in our #1 ATN. Stick around.
5, 4,
3,
Tony.
2,
Oh, what?
1. I can count down.
Look at you. All right, let's do it. All right. So anyway, we got an hour. Now, when you take a great video like Monday's awesome NASCAR prayer, right?
Yeah.
And then you let
Great
Auto-Tune
video.
Masters, the Gregory Brothers, songify it.
You get this summer's hottest jam, Boogity, 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 Amen.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you've brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Boogity, 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 amen. Boogity, 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 amen. Bless the drivers unusual tonight. Boogity, 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 amen. Boogity, 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 amen. Boogity, 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 amen. Bless the drivers unusual tonight. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife.
That's good.
That was really good, actually.
That's a good song.
I know a prayer. You guys want to hear it?
No.
Fantastic.
No.
Bob mentality. Our Father, who watches NASCAR, soiled be his shirt. With pork rind grease, thy waist increase. Car driving is not a sport. Amen?
That was awful.
Should I pull out my rosary beads?
No. No! I don't stop. Stop. Where are they?
You don't want to know.
Gross. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
It's weird. I'm getting the feeling that this was supposed to be a big day for you, Candace. And
This is a crazy day.
I feel like you're not fully satisfied with everything we've done here for you on the set.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not,
Of course
I'm not
I
crazy,
am.
right? It seems like
It's
that, right?
amazing. It's
You know,
amazing. Are you
well,
not kidding?
You know, maybe we need something else. You know, we've actually got some more stuff for you. You want to? Have you seen these guys?
Sure.
Yeah, check this out. So there you go. We just got to sprinkle some glitter on them, and then we'll be golden. Look at that. I love these
my
things.
gosh.
Aren't they great?
What?
Huh?
I can't hear you.
You're welcome.
What?
And now cue the Candace Bailey dance team. This was our prom budget for an entire year. Literally. A year's worth of a budget. This is for you.
This is the best show ever.
This is the creepiest show ever.
This is really
You should hop in there and dance with them.
Nature. I've only seen it in movies and TV, but I'm braving the mountains of Montana to talk the cast of Cowboys and Aliens. In the peaceful Wild West town of Absolute, a group of outer space desperados brought hell down to the unsuspecting townfolk. All seemed lost until James Bond and Han Solo chased their tails clear off the face of the planet. This is the story of Cowboys and Aliens. How did you approach the genre mashup?
You can't let the fun come from making fun of either of the genres. You got to play those aliens as scary and nasty, and they will eat you and they will kill you. And you got to play the cowboy world like this is the real West. Nobody's worried about hurting each other's feelings. It's about survival.
Cowboys and Aliens is a great title for a film.
It's a great title for a film, but it's not necessarily a great film. That's the key to why I think this film is successful. It's a good hook. It's a nice branding for it. There's a kind of wry humor to it, but it's not a jokey movie.
I figure you owe me. I don't see it that way.
Now, there's a lot of digital effects in the film, but one of the things that could not have been a digital effect were your gunslinging skills.
You've got to wear your gun belt and your gun all day, every day. I just practiced. I literally took the guys gave me a gun and a belt, and I wore it at home, and while I was cooking myself dinner, I'd sort of fast draw. The thing about it, the guns, they don't cock, so you have to cock it out. You cock it as you cock it out. It's not something you can say on camera, is it?
There's nothing better than like leaning on your gun belt. It's like the perfect place to rest your hand. It's great, gives you that little swagger. I've always thought that Clint Eastwood had the greatest resting stance. He sort of does this little lean, and I thought, oh, this is my chance.
They'll come back with more, and there will be no survivors.
Olivia Wilde's in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think she's naked in one scene. Was she ever in danger?
No. Of what? Exactly.
I need to know where you came from.
So do I.
There's a scene in the movie where I think you might be naked in the film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a question. I just want to say thank you.
You just want to say thank you?
Why do you think I brought the hat?
You're welcome.
Should we step in? Looks like he's doing fine.
Do you want to know what I think of the movie?
I do.
There's a reason this hat is in my lap.
Good.
To let you know.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You wet your pants, or you're excited?
Cowboy or alien? Who has better hygiene?
Oh, that's hard to tell. Cowboys are not known for their hygiene.
It's a toss-up, I think. There's not too much hot water or showers on the road.
Who's sexier?
Cowboys.
Who's sexier? All right, who can make the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs?
Yes, that would be. I guess he would be an alien to us because he's not from Earth, right? Han Solo.
Who can make the Kessel Run in less than 12
Wait a second.
parsecs?
Let's go back and talk about Daniel's chaps if you want to. You know, I didn't spend that much time watching him walk away, but I think the audience does.
But who can make the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs?
I never could understand what that meant.
What look did Harrison give you when you asked him about the Kessel Run? Did he look like he walked in on you masturbating?
I just want to say, Harrison Ford, I love you.
Oh, it seems I didn't need the chaps after all. He's still here?
From outer space they came, they saw. But did they conquer? You'll have to see Cowboys and Aliens to see how it all turns out.
It's time for a new droid to hit the market. This review will feature an 8-megapixel camera and 1080p HDMI output.
And there won't be any, like, these aren't the droids you're looking for jokes, so sorry. The Droid Moto for 2011 is bigger, faster, stronger, and nothing demonstrates that better than Motorola's Droid X2. It's got a giant 4.3-inch QHD touchscreen, along with the Android 2.2 OS. So whether you're browsing the web or watching a movie, it'll look spectacular. Plus, there's an 8-megapixel camera, dual-core processor, and 1080p HDMI output, all for $50 with a contract.
Now, this is our second Android phone of the week.
Yep.
How does this one compare in the looks department?
Well, look at it. Would you look at that? You just gotta say, look at it. Sorry, it's an obscure YouTube video that 3 people know. I think it looks fine. I mean, it feels solid. The back is a little soft, a little rubbery, so it could probably take a bounce or 3. It has plasticky hardware buttons along the bottom on the front. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these guys here. I wish they had the capacitive buttons. It's a small thing. It just makes it feel a little on the cheap side. Boom. There you go. It's a step backwards design-wise.
Okay, the X2 is running Moto Blur on top of Android 2.2. Is that a good thing?
I'm okay with Moto Blur. I mean, it's for those who don't know, it's like a layer of widgets, little applications that sit on top of it.
I have that on my phone.
Yeah, Moto Blur has a bunch of widgets that you don't need, but you can remove them. And the interface is responsive, but it's a little bouncier than the stock Android. I just don't. It doesn't have the crispness of the other phones that we've reviewed.
Agreed. The X2 has a 4.3-inch screen. It's noticeably bigger than the iPhone and the G2X from yesterday.
Yeah, the old G2X.
Who doesn't want a bigger screen?
This guy.
Really?
Right here. Yeah. I mean, the problem with
I
making
like the bigger screen.
Well, here's the thing. If you make the screen larger, you have to increase the resolution, and they did not do that with this phone. And it shows you that it's not like a Retina display. It's not really a high-def display. People with bad eyes, they won't see a difference. But everyone else will see the tiny little dots that make up the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the X2 does not do well with some photographs and gradients. We saw obvious banding issues during our testing. And banding is like when if there's a gradient or a color shift, you can see like definitive lines in it. Yeah.
Now, like the G2X phone we reviewed yesterday, this also has a Tegra 2 dual-core processor. Is it just as fast?
Well, here's the thing. Yes, games like Cordy or Samurai 2, they look and they play perfectly. There's no frame rate issues, so that's great. I thought the interface lagged, and I don't know if that's because of Moto Blur. I don't know if that's a hardware issue, but it felt a little laggy to me. It was not as crisp. Yeah, like the G2X from yesterday, though, you can still interact with the browser even as Flash videos are playing, which is nice.
Nice. This is a 3G phone on Verizon. It's not a 4G phone, so is that going to be a problem?
Probably not for most people. I think 4G service is still a little expensive. Most people won't miss the extra speed. If you're going to be streaming a lot of video, then yes, you might want to hold out for 4G. Yeah, but for most people sending their emails or their twit pics or sexting, whatever the hell they're doing with their phones, it's going to be fine.
All right, finally, how's the camera?
Not bad. Pictures were a little underexposed, not as good as most point and shoots, but it's better than most smartphones. Look at that. Huh?
Ooh, look at that apple.
That's a balanced lunch. Video was decent, too. It was about on par with an HD flip cam. So if you're filming fountains and pigeons, you're good.
The Droid X2 sells for $50 with contract. At that price, what are we giving it?
3 out of 5. We're picky about our screens, so I would see this one in person before you actually buy it. Instead of the X2, I actually recommend the 4G T-Mobile GTX or G2X
It's hard to say.
from yesterday. They're the least sexy names in the history of phones. Like iPhone, you get it. It's a name. This is like the T-Mobile G2X Extreme with rainbows. This is the Android phone to beat, the one from yesterday. So there you have it.
All right, that's it for today's Gadgetpron. But if you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, email us at gadgetpron@g4tv.com. Still ahead, bad financial news for Nintendo is good financial news for gamers. Learn more in the feed with Candace Bailey.
Oh, great. She looks so lifelike today.
And Alex Semwise went all the way to Japan to learn about G4's new anime takes on Iron Man and Wolverine.
And later, Penn Jillette will be here live in studio. We're going to talk about his new book, which is awesome. And maybe we'll saw Candace in half.
No.
What happens next?
This guy's about to try his hand at a backflip. So what happens next? Does he successfully stick the landing? Does he slip on the ledge and hit his back? Or does he miss and land on his friend? We'll have the answer after the break.
Zombie and puppy cuddle fest.
What happens next?
This guy's about to try his hand at a backflip. So what happens next? Does he successfully stick the landing? Does he slip on the ledge and hit his back? Or does he miss and land on his friend? Ah, it wasn't that cool. No need to flip out. You got it, right?
Good for him.
Unless you classify a pool floaty as his friend, I think he
It looked like
landed it.
someone was sitting in the float.
He was. Hey, a Japanese animation studio is kind of like Santa's Workshop for cartoons, except with more sweaty Japanese guys, I guess.
Alex Semwise went to Japan to learn the secrets of G4's new Marvel anime series.
I'm in Japan at Madhouse Studios, the anime masters behind the classic Ninja Scroll. And what's their next project? Iron Man, Wolverine, bringing the Marvel Universe to G4.
Hang on to your hats and let the show begin.
Were you a big fan of Iron Man before working on the cartoon?
アイアンマンよりはやっぱ X マンの方が He was a big fan of the X-Men at first because the only comics that come in from the U.S. was mainly X-Men. And from there, he went into the movies and he started finding out about Iron Man.
What were your main influences in designing the characters?
影響を受けたもの He went over all the Iron Man designs and he tried to take in as much aspect as possible from all those designs.
What part of the character design was the most fun for you?
Japanese animation, you don't really have those many chances to draw those kind of characters. The guy who's the president, the CEO of the company, that's playful and popular with women. It was very fun.
Iron Man in Japan? How cool is that?
All right. Playtime is over, bub.
From looking at the sketches, Wolverine looks a lot different to what we're used to.
そうですね。最初 We felt that we made Wolverine a little too young, so we added a little more of his wildness into the art.
And tell us about the other characters that you've been working on.
These ones are characters called AIM assassins, but basically they're original characters. What the film is based on is like 70s Yakuza films. As the conflict goes on between Logan and the organization, Omega Red appears in that sequence.
Which one was your favorite character to design?
The characters I mainly enjoyed in designing, of course, is the main characters, Logan, Mariko, his girlfriend, and his partner, Yukio.
Show us how Wolverine's claws come out.
Shaki.
Japanese animation is badass, so make sure you tune into G4 to check it out.
And now it's time for the only part of the show that might win us a Peabody Award. Candace Bailey, activate your feed powers now!
Thanks, Kevin. Right now it's time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know. Feed.
It's Thursday, July 28th, and here are your top stories. Nintendo is falling on hard times, but hey, all that means for us is price drops and free games. In the wake of news that Nintendo posted their lowest profits in 27 years, they've announced that the 3DS will get its price knocked down from $249 to only $169 come August 12th. People who paid full price for the No Glasses 3D device before that date will get rewarded with 20 free downloadable games from Nintendo's eShop. Not part of their plan? Offering complimentary Advil for 3DS headaches. When Apple announced their Lion update for OS X, they boasted about how it would only cost $30. But a few unlucky Mac heads have been getting... getting surprised by a much higher price tag. That's in $4,000. People have been logging onto Apple's support forums to complain that they've been hit by an apparent glitch that charges them around $30 for every app they own. One individual who had 121 apps woke up to a charge on his PayPal account of over $3,800. Sucks. When he reached a When he reached out to Apple and PayPal, they both pointed the finger at the other party. The issue hasn't been resolved yet, so you might want to make sure you have a little extra cushion in your bank account before you update, just in case you get boned. What? I said boned, y'all. Oh, yeah. Are you not? Why are you responding to that? And finally, remember that story we told you about yesterday where British police said they'd arrested Lulzsec's top dog? Yeah. Turns out they were duped. According to DailyTech.com, the man who British authorities arrested, Topiary, is actually a notorious troll who Lulzsec's spokesman took his name from in order to bait authorities. And apparently it worked. Lulz indeed. I'm Candace Bailey, and you've just been fed. And now back to Kevin. Take it.
All right, before we let civilians run the American Ninja Warrior course, first we field test it with professionals. And there's no one more professional than Sarah Underwood.
It is time once again to do Battle with the Beast to see just how far I can go. It's time to get wet. What advice do you have for me? I'm getting ready to run it soon and I'm getting nervous.
Probably the opposite of getting nervous. Just stay calm. Just look at the obstacle in front of you and then deal with it. And if you make it off that obstacle, aim at the next one and just continue that process again and again.
Go fast.
I keep hearing that.
That's about it.
I think this is the one I'm most worried about, and I'm bummed it's at the beginning because I'm only 5'2", and those are really far apart.
Yeah, they are far, but you'll do good. You'll do good.
Thanks.
You got the speed and you've got the agility. I think you won't have a problem.
Just keep your momentum going. Because once you pick a direction, whatever direction it may be, keep your momentum going in that direction until you get to a stopping point. Then stop, regroup, gather yourself, and then go on to the next thing.
And don't mess up.
Thanks. I am up next. I'm super nervous. I'm shaking because I'm freezing. And I just want to do the best that I can. And that means pass the first obstacle. Please, wish me luck, wish me luck, wish me luck.
3, 2, go!
Man, I fell. I started to slip and I grabbed onto the second wall. It's just really, really slippery. This year's course was super tough. I gave it my best shot. I am soaked from head to toe. Can somebody give me a towel? Thank you. Peace. An all-new season of American Ninja Warrior starts Sunday night at 9.
In case you haven't heard Attack of the Show, the old art show, it's back.
We want you to honor your favorite viral video in art form. Last time the theme was Keyboard Cat, and people sent in everything from paintings to statues to puppets.
Yes, you have until August 19th to get us your work of art, and the winner will be flown out to good old Los Angeles as our guest of honor at our gallery opening for Attack of the Art Show.
Head on over to g4tv.com/art show for more info.
Forget it.
Stay tuned. One half of Penn and Teller will join us live in studio after this.
I hope it's a half that talks.
I wasn't very hungry.
Force feeder. Yeah. I pay for that. The feed is brought to you by the General Automobile Insurance Services. For the best car insurance rates online, go to the General and save some time.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Good. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
Doesn't believe in God and knows how to saw a lady in half. And I'm hoping the two aren't related. We'll find out. Joining me now, master illusionist and the author of the upcoming book, God, No. Signs You May Already Be an Atheist and Other Magical Tales. Penn Jillette is here!
What a festive group.
Can I,
Done!
You can say, no. You can say no. It's not often I have a do you mind inspecting that and making sure that that's an actual deck? I hate to do that. I mean, it's one of those things, like if you get a chance to have a slam dunk contest with LeBron, sure, you got to pull a little something out.
May I take you to the movies?
Huh? Yeah.
I take you to the movies? Okay.
No, I was going to perform for you, if that's all right.
I'm going to take you to the movies.
All right, so go ahead and just give it a shuffle, make sure that's a good deck.
I'm just seeing if they're marked. That's how you...
No.
You know how you tell marked cards?
What? You throw them out of the deck? That kind of ruins my trick.
Out the jokers and the advertising cards.
Oh, there we go.
But see, what you do is if the cards are marked, they'll have stuff on the back here. So you do what's called going to the movies. And you flip through it. If anything moves on the back...
I thought you were going to masturbate under a coat.
You've got to... Let me show you this. See, if you do this, you do that, and you can see anything on the back, it means that the cards are marked. If anything moves around. So this is an unmarked deck. I was going to give them a quick shuffle. And I'll even do an overhand shuffle.
Wow.
Turn one over in between.
You've already given me more respect than I've ever deserved on this set, by the way. This was...
And we'll give those to you.
All right.
There you go, right there.
And,
do your worst.
We'll do it real quick.
Go, little grasshopper.
Any card, sir. Just pick whichever one you like.
Not even a force. It's not a force, by the way.
It's a fantastic choice.
Okay.
Now, in God No, you state that you're not anti. This is an important point to make. You say that you're not anti-Christianity. You say you're just anti-faith in general. You just sliced a PA open. It's a PA. It doesn't matter. You say that you're anti-faith. Why is that?
There's a wonderful quote that just said, faith is all that matters in religion, and faith absolutely is trying to be kept out of science. And the one of the things I learned doing our show BS on Showtime was how wonderful American Christians are, especially the fundamentalists and so on. You would get these wonderful letters from people who, after we would do these very strong atheistic shows, these beautiful letters about appreciating our passion and appreciating the marketplace of ideas and all the ideas and thought about it, and then sending us Bibles and proselytizing. And one of the reasons I wrote the book was I was so thrilled and kind of delighted with people caring about me enough to proselytize. I just wanted to enter the marketplace of ideas and get my point of view. But I think that the idea of faith, the idea that you're supposed to believe in things that you can't demonstrate to others, is it leaves out the rest of the world. I mean, one of the things that's wonderful about a shared reality, proving something to someone else, is if we're having an argument over whether something exists or not, and we follow the ground rules, then we are sharing the world. We are together exploring the world. As soon as
I think religion ignores those ground rules?
It ignores those ground rules, because then I can say, I have this faith in my heart. I believe it. I can't prove it to you. I just believe it, which is a really roundabout way to say those two magic words that aren't Merry Christmas. You know, it says drop dead. It says go away. I believe this in my heart and I won't prove it to you. And the wonderful thing about love and humanity and sharing is proving things to each other, the marketplace of ideas, you know, Jefferson idea.
So now, I consider myself an agnostic, which I thought was interesting.
Then you're wrong.
No, well, that's what's so interesting. I love this. That it's like atheists love this. Well, you know, it's almost as if you're saying there's proof that a higher being doesn't exist. But
what does the word agnostic mean? What does the Gnostic root mean?
Can someone Google that for me?
Okay. What it means is no. So what you're saying is it's a term that was coined by Thomas Huxley, who was Darwin's pit bull, and he did all the fights for Darwin. And what it is it can't be known. So atheist is you don't believe, and agnostic is you don't know.
Correct.
But those aren't the same terms. Agnostic answers the epistemological question, and atheist answers the theological question. So I ask you, do you believe in God? I have not asked you, do you think it's possible to know whether there's a God or not? If I ask you...
Well, that was the question I would answer. When people ask me my faith, I say, I don't believe it's possible to know.
Absolutely.
Right.
And once you don't believe it's possible to know, you are atheist. You're not agnostic. Agnostic is one level, which everybody is. Everybody in the world is agnostic except for maybe the Pope and me. But everybody else is agnostic.
It's funny. You actually say that you think...
the Pope might be lying.
You also say that people who say they believe typically don't actually believe.
You know, that's the thing. Every time a religious person... You know, there's this expression, there are no atheists in foxholes. There's nothing but atheists in foxholes. If you really believe in God and he can do anything and he's watching over you, why would you duck when there are bullets flying? It's his will. Why would you put on seatbelts? Why would you stop at a red light? Everybody lives their life as though they were atheists. And to finish the agnostic thing, if you don't know, you don't believe. Believing is active. When you say, I don't believe in God...
Is it possible to believe that you don't know?
Sure. But when you say, there's no God, I don't believe in God. When you're saying that, you're not saying it's impossible that there could be a God. You're not saying there might not be evidence tomorrow. You're not saying that you have enough information to make that decision. You're saying right now, I don't believe. So I'm going to ask you, are there 4 sleeping bags in the trunk of your car right now?
3 of them are occupied by dead hookers, yes.
You don't know.
Right.
And if you don't know, you don't believe it.
I guess for me, I say at some point I'm a man of science. I try to fancy myself a man of science. I know 3 things about it.
You won the Nobel Prize what year?
1987.
Okay. So
yeah, it was a long while ago. I'm sure the books have been updated.
But you look so cute in the tux.
I was really
so cute in the tux.
So ill-fitting. But I go like, okay, if at some point I'm supposed to believe fundamentally that there is a God, there's a higher being, there's a power. Maybe it's a bearded dude with sandals. I don't know that. I don't necessarily think that version exists. But if I'm supposed to believe in this Big Bang theory, these gases are swirled around, they smattered into each other. How do those gases get there? At some point, you don't know. You have to believe.
There's the prime mover. And at some point, if you say you do believe in God and God started this all and it wasn't the Big Bang, you have the same problem, just one level back.
Right, exactly. We'll never know.
We'll never know. But while you don't know, and I don't know, what do you believe? What's your default setting?
See, I believe
And at
I
this
don't
second-
know,
Right,
which
you
is-
believe you don't
right.
know, and once you say you don't know, you don't believe, you're an atheist.
I think,
hard
I
hard
get
to
it.
lay
I think there's a
this way.
fundamental difference between saying I believe I don't know versus there is no. That's
Yeah,
the
right,
terminology
right.
that I could do.
But it's
I
just,
want to
I
talk
don't
about
believe.
pornography now.
Good.
Because we're almost out of time, and you give a name check to kink.com in your book, which I think is fantastic. You recount a tale where you went to a gay spa and had some of the gayest experiences I've ever heard
But
in
also,
San Francisco, but never actually had gay sex.
I tried. There's an expression: he couldn't get laid in a woman's prison with a fistful of pardons.
Right.
There was a time in our history. In the early 80s, when there were gay bathhouses in San Francisco, where they, and this was all said by everybody, including the gay population of San Francisco, that those people in the bathhouses would have sex with anyone.
Right.
I'm here to tell you, they would not have sex with me. I told my girlfriend, I'm going to go to a gay bathhouse. She said, are you trying to find out if you're gay, trying to something? I said, no. One guy that I met said, it's hard to live in a straight world when you're gay. And I said, I don't know. I wouldn't be bothered by people having gay sex
His
around
argument
me.
was it's hard to live in that world because there's people making out and public displays of affection
and my
everywhere.
feeling was that wouldn't bother me. So I went to, I believe, the gayest place on earth, which strange.
It's California Adventure.
Yes, exactly. In one sense, it's California Adventure. In the other sense, it was Club Baths in San Francisco. So I went and spent a whole evening, and I was kind of thinking that I didn't want to misrepresent myself and have to turn people down. Turned out, after 6 hours, I had not turned one person down. And so I was actually cruising. But it turns out, if you want to find somebody, if you want to say, these gay men will have sex with anything at all, this is what they will not have sex with. And the amazing thing is, for whatever reason, women have had sex with me. I am a married man with children. So it's not human beings.
I love that you went from I'm worried about breaking hearts to you put a giant "It's open" sign blinking neon on you, and no one came.
Sure. And
we're out of time. We're out of time.
I even had a little sign that said "permanent damage okay." I tried everything and just failed.
People have got to pick up the book. It is a hilarious and fascinating read. I love your viewpoints on the world. I wish we had time to get to the TSA and everything else. But, Penn, absolute pleasure to chat
You're
with
an
you.
atheist. He's an atheist.
I believe I don't know.
He's an atheist.
God No will be released
He's
on
an
August
atheist.
16th. And of course,
Atheist.
hey, atheists don't plug Vegas shows. Agnostics do. Thank you. Oh, suddenly, a reversal.
He's an agnostic.
You can catch Penn and Teller performing nightly at the Rio in Las Vegas. There's more chat coming up right after this. Stick around. That was great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I don't do Wookiees, droids, Rhodians. I may do a droid, actually, but it wouldn't be anything that I'd tell people about.
Galactic Encounters.
Thanks to Penn Jillette, Chris Gore, Alex Simwise, and Ninja Warrior Sarah Underwood.
See you next time.
Oh, and Candace Bailey. Candace Bailey.
Yeah, thanks to Candace Bailey and Candace Bailey and Candace Bailey.
This is my little twin.
You know they got all of these out of my basement, right?
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
What, were you throwing darts at them?
What? No. I was cutting holes in them for fleshlight.
Yeah.